Hello everyone, my name is NerdBuilder. I'd like to welcome you back into another episode of MineColonies. I hope you're having a great day so far. So, another busy week, of course, in our colony here. I'm standing over kind of in the town center-ish area, because again, the town hall used to be right behind over here, but we moved it down the street a little bit, and we've been doing some major renovation work up here, and finally finished upgrading all of these houses and redoing all of these houses over here. So that was the big focus this week, working on housing, getting the housing all updated. And that, again, we've been upgrading all the buildings to the Caledonia style, which has taken quite a long time. We've been doing this for a couple weeks now, and we're getting there. We have a few buildings left to do, but I'm hoping that we're going to keep making progress on them and have all the buildings changed over, hopefully within the end of the series, of the new builds, I should say, that will have all of the buildings changed over. So with that being said, let me go back in the first person mode and let's head on over here. So I was kind of surprised, but it ended up working out. I didn't think that we were going to be able to fit all of the houses that were over here in this space, but it turns out we were able to do so. So obviously on this side, there's a bit of an issue, and mostly from inserting the guard tower where we did that. This land right over here, and you can see it's like, it seems like with the original style, which, you know, we used for the housing, it's not registering, like they're not taking the whole thing down when they deconstruct. They just take most of it down. So there's a few little stragglers I'll have to take down here, but yeah, so this ended up fitting in like perfectly right back here. Again, we have like a little alleyway here that maybe we could put some flowers or put something in through here, maybe a fountain at the end here. But yeah, with the guard tower that we put right over here, which I'm so glad that we did it, because again, it fills a big space up on the street here. But this space, we're going to have to figure out something. And we also have an old guard tower over here too that needs to be renovated, but it'll probably have to be moved, given that I don't think it's going to fit here. Though, I guess we could see, because they might be able to expand this land out. So it did take some expanding out on the sides over here too, so this kind of hangs over a little bit, and I'm sure the raiders will have to fix this fence line, because I'm pretty sure that the raiders could pretty much parkour up here if they tried. They might be able to, so they're determined enough. But yeah, this side hangs out a little bit into the ocean here, so we'll do some renovating under here to kind of clean this up a little bit. And you know, even then we'll have to fix some of the fence, because it looks like they took some of it out on the side here. But I'm happy that these fit in. We have been expanding the coastline out little by little. Here you could see, like, even by our airport, you know, again, like it never used to extend that far out. You can kind of see where it gets blocky. That's the extension part that we did. And we're probably going to do that over here too. Maybe just extend it out just a little bit into the ocean here. And then also, I finally found some warm oceans. More on that later, but there's a couple that I took the plane out, and I was flying around the world with the F3 debug screen open, looking for anything with warm ocean, and I would drop a pin on it as soon as I found one. So there's a couple around. Oddly, they're all like roughly equidistant to each other, which is weird. It's 2872, 2868, and 2278. So it's kind of funny that they're all kind of like about the same amount away there too. And surprisingly, even though these two are relatively close together, they're actually different oceans over there. Like the gold one right there is it's a smaller ocean, and the green W is more of a bigger ocean. But more on that in a minute, because there's a whole reason I went looking for warm oceans. But yeah, so I'm very happy that this all ended up like working out here. We managed to keep all of the houses here. We'll have to figure out something here. We do have a courier's hut that I've been kind of just hanging on to, because I haven't figured out a place to put it yet. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit over here, but I'm thinking if we can get the guard tower to fit, we'll have to have it go on the side here. So maybe we'll modify the road, or have the road go up this way and have it come this way. We could see if we can maybe fit the guard tower in, because the guard tower is long, but it's not so much wide. So I think that's something that's doable. I think we maybe could be able to fit it in there. So otherwise, maybe we'll just turn this into a park or something like that. So, but yeah, let's head on over. So the other big thing and the reason for doing the or finding the warm ocean was we finally finished the tavern over here, and this is in the Caledonia style right here, and a little bit different. You could see, actually, this is pretty cool. They're all kind of just like chilling in here. I like that they're all, this is the first time I've seen this. I haven't really been over here too much since we finished it, but I like that they're kind of like they're hanging out at the bar. I was wondering why they weren't like kind of wandering around, because I haven't seen that many like wandering around our colony. So that's a cool feature, I guess, of 119, because they didn't used to do this in 118. So I like that they're kind of chilling like here at the tavern, getting some drinks and seeing if there's any recruitment possibilities here. But yeah, we needed some sea pickles, and while the wandering trader has come in the past with sea pickles, yeah, he unfortunately didn't have any this time around, even though, again, like 3 wandering traders came through, none with sea pickles, unfortunately, so I had to go find the ocean and myself there. So, because again, I was hoping to just trade for some sea pickles, but now we know where the oceans are, so if we need coral or we need additional sea pickles, we'll know where they are there. So that's why I dropped the little pins on there. But yeah, it looks great. We do have a couple citizens that are living in here still. We're going to move them out. We kept them in here like way too long. But oh, also, yeah, another visitor up here too with diamond boots. But yeah, so we have to move them out of here. I've had a few, like I've had some of these ones were original ones like Maddox and that. I probably should have moved them a lot sooner, but oh, one just, they're all running up there. Look at that. I like this. But yeah, so I'm hoping as we continue to expand the housing, and actually while we're over here, maybe before I forget, because while we expanded those houses, we had some new children that were born. I meant to turn this off, because again, we're going to be doing a reshuffling, there we go, off of houses again. So that way, and I think that way we could get the ones out of the tavern and into houses when we get enough space for them there. But yeah, so I'm happy with the tavern. We're going to get them out of there. And then again, going along with the theme of housing this week, we're going to head on over here, because I started doing some construction work on these houses that are over here. So it is in progress still. I tried to get as much done. I mean, obviously for me, it doesn't take a lot of effort from me anymore now that everything's pretty much automated. But yeah, so they're kind of working through. We have a diorite shortage, unfortunately, right now, I think, because again, there's a lot of diorite used in every building. So we've been running pretty low on it. You could see like they've been kind of idling around these areas. And unfortunately, I think they burned through all the nether quartz, because you can make diorite from nether quartz and cobblestone, but I noticed that there's only 2 cobblestone or 2 nether or 2 2 in the warehouse. So yeah, so we'll have to figure something out there. But we pushed these houses back a little bit, so again we can have the sidewalk come all the way down here. And I also took out the composter's hut that was right over here. So this actually kind of works out perfect where this lines up. And I don't think there's any room like over here now for it. So we may move the composter all the way on the other side of the colony, and we might just keep this one here, even though I plan to redo this one just because, again, to meet the Caledonia style. But yeah, so we took this one out. So we'll be looking to do that soon too. Put the other composter on the other side. I've been doing some terraforming on that side to try to get the land where we can start putting buildings in there. So one of the consequences, though, of moving this back is, again, the Caledonia style has like slightly bigger. It can't even get in there right now. But they have like slightly bigger houses than the original ones that I had to take, because back here it used to be, and you can kind of see here where this kind of, they kind of fit this in. We'll have to take down the wall a little bit more, but our fuel production station used to be like right behind, like about here-ish, somewhere about right here. It was back there, but I had to take it out because, again, like you could see from the scaffolding or the construction tape on the upstairs, like on the upper level there, that again it's going to dig a little bit into the back of that wall, which it would have went right into our fuel tank. So I went ahead and I took all of it out. And you can see all the canola and then some of the ingredients in here. So I was kind of debating where to put it, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to put it back in here. Granted, like, we could, when this is all like squared away, we could put it right back in here when we dig this back out a little bit more. So it might be easier to visualize after. Again, we do have the infrastructure already in. There is a pipe that's running down through there from the upper level. But the other thought I had, and another project that we're going to be doing soon too, is we're going to touch up our airport. So let me just head back up here. And, it's been pretty basic for the longest time. Again, just the runway and then some lights on the side and the soul sand in the back here. But I think we should put down like a taxiway, or the kind of like an area for like with concrete. I was picturing, and instead of using like the asphalt like we were doing with our roads and the runway here, a tarmac. That's what I was thinking about having. So I do have some gray concrete, light gray concrete, that I think that we're going to connect like through here, and then we're going to have like, we're going to kind of fill this area in with it to make it look more like a runway. But I thought about, because right now we also have our carport, like where we could fix our car right here, our car workshop here. But I thought about maybe putting the fuel like underneath here, like, essentially like maybe putting like a trap door and a ladder going down, and then having like a little chamber underneath. Because again, at the end of the day, we're going to have this gas pump right here, which again is mostly used for the planes. You can use it for the planes and for the vehicles. But then the other thing is, we're going to eventually put in a garage for our cars. We'll probably build a few more cars, but I figured, we could put a separate fuel pump in for that. But again, the line does run underneath the ground here, underneath the road, like down there. So we could probably take up some of the line that's underneath the ground, but it would be a shorter run, especially if we put it somewhere over here, which kind of makes sense, right? Like having everything kind of together. Like the main reason for putting it where I did was to save space at the time, because obviously I didn't want that out in the open, and I wasn't sure what we were going to do over here yet with this area. But I think that'll be a good project too. So right now we have a maxed out fuel pump right now at 16,000 MB, but it'll go down the next time we do it. Both planes are fueled up, even though I don't anticipate us having to go anywhere now. That the main reason for going out before was to get the sea pickle with it. But if anything, the cargo plane would just go over to our iron farm, which is over in this direction, a little bit out of the viewing distance here, but heading on over that way, because again, we do have a runway over there, so that way we can land the cargo plane. And especially when the iron farm gets pretty full, which I should probably check on it, because again, I've been in the world a little bit this week and it probably has filled up somewhat, so maybe go empty that out too. So yeah, I think those are all the updates for this week. So it's been busy per usual. I really want to make a push to upgrade the rest of the buildings that we need to upgrade. Again, we have a handful over here and down in the lower part in our northeastern portion over there, and also in the western area as well. We have a few buildings there, but we're down to just a handful of buildings left to do. I think we have about 6 including today's build, and we have about 5 left, I think, after today. So we're definitely in the home stretch of it there. But today we're going to be doing the Alchemist Tower. So what I'm going to do though first is I'm going to empty out some of this stuff from my inventory, and then we're going to head over to the build site, which I'm hoping we're going to be able to fit it in our town center. But if not, I think I have another idea for where we're going to put it. So stay tuned. Let me just clear up my inventory and we'll head on over and talk about today's build. Okay, so we're over in the center area of our colony, where the never-ending search for what we're going to put in this little space over here is continuing today. But I figured for today's episode, what we would do is we would do the Alchemist Tower, and we're down to a handful of buildings left to construct. And I figured the Alchemist Tower would be a cool addition, just so we can kind of automate some of the brewing recipes, but also to see if we could fit, depending how big the tower is in the Caledonia style, to see if we can fit it in maybe right over here as we continue to weigh options for what we could fit in here. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. If not, I think maybe we could try to see, we'll try to find somewhere else, if anything, for where to put this. Maybe even back on the back road over there by our courier's hut. So maybe we'll head over there if should this not fit over here. But with the Alchemist Tower, that's where the alchemist is going to work. So again, the one that brews our potions there. They'll brew potions and harvest netherwort and mistletoe. So I know we've been collecting a lot of mistletoe. There's a sizable amount, I think, in our warehouse. So I'm not sure where it comes from, presumably off trees, but we have been getting some of it. So it's we already have a steady supply of it. Now, with the Alchemist Tower, for every level, it dictates how many recipes you can have per level. So at a level 1, you can have 10 recipes. At a level 2, 20, 3, 40, 4, 80, 5, 160. So it looks like we're going to be able to add some custom recipes into there, but it also looks like, just from examining the wiki, that we might be able to do some, obviously we'll be able to, they'll have custom recipes, but it looks like they're also going to have some like already like predetermined recipes or pre-programmed recipes, maybe I should say, there as well. So we'll take a closer look at the GUI right after we finish the build here. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go into first person mode, and I'm realizing right now that I forgot the block that we're going to need for today's build. So let's head back over here to, I think I accidentally left it right in here. I did. So let's take the brewing stand down, and actually I guess we'll just use this crafting table right here, and we could just use the oak planks. So in order to make the recipe, we're just going to surround a brewing stand with wood, and we'll use our build tool, and you can see right there we get the Alchemist Tower. So let's go ahead and let's head back over. Oh, as it starts to rain. Great timing. So we'll see if we can place this down very quickly, and then I'll hang out till the next day so we can get a not rainy day, hopefully, for our time lapse. So, all right, it's set on the Caledonia style, so let's see where this is going to fall under. Probably not agriculture. Maybe under, probably, nope, not under Mystic. I would have thought under Mystic. Let's see. There. Not under luxury. Let's see. Likely not to be under here, but just clicking around now to see. Kind of surprised it's not under, like, the Mystic. Or maybe they don't have one in Caledonia, which would be interesting. Did we check? Let me just double check before we check another style. Because I guess more than anything, we would probably... Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Wow. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's switch styles just to make sure I'm not crazy and it's not in there and I'm just missing it. Let's go with Fortress, because again, that would be somewhat of a close one to us. So there's a few other styles there that is not in Caledonia, but let's see here. Yep, there it is. Okay, so Caledonia doesn't look like it has a Alchemist Tower, unfortunately. There, you do see that, so I mean, like, at times you'll have to change up the style. I know we have a few buildings like that, that unfortunately the style doesn't fit, so thinking we could do... Doesn't exactly fit. Let's see, I feel like this is definitely not going to fit here. Nope, not even close. Yeah, not even close. Okay. So we'll scratch that off the list. But I think we will go with the Fortress style for it. Opposed to... well, I guess we could take a look at some of the other styles, but I think Fortress might be somewhat close to Caledonia. I guess we'll try to fit it in right back here, then. I guess we could try to fit it in right next to this... to our guard tower here. Or, let's see if we could fit it on this side, actually. Let's do that. Let me check. Let me just see. What are our other options? Here, not Savannah. Shire might be somewhat close, too. Let's take a look and see what that would look like. If they have it. Okay, they do. Alright, so sorry for the little jittering. It's been doing that recently. Wow, so this one's not nearly as big. Not sure how I feel about this one, though, because, again, it's a lot of, like, more... It's an interesting style. It's, like, really far up, though. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Okay. I kind of like the way... I kind of like the way that this looks, because it does have that Caledonia kind of feel to it a little bit, but... Yeah, I'm not so sure there, because, again, like, it would go down the... Here. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like a fit. Okay. Let's take a look at another style. So, threw me for a loop. Again, like, Caledonia is not going to have every style. Just trying to see if there's anything else that's, like, somewhat close to Caledonia. And I'm not sure about the medieval dark oak. Because, again, we have, like, a little bit of a lighter... Oh, and that's not even an option under there. I'm thinking we might just have to... Let me see medieval oak. No, so we might just have to use fortress for it. I don't really see another option for it. Let me just check Nordic spruce. No, okay. I guess we'll go with fortress. I'm not a big fan of the other style or how that building looked there. So let's go ahead. Let's go with fortress. I think we might have one other fortress type building in this area too. But I see we got the rail going through there. I guess we could always try to connect that up. But let's flip this around. Is this the front side here? No. And again, apologies for the jittering. Let's see, is this the front? Yep, here's the front. Okay. Let's see if this will fit in. And go right up to here. Excellent. Okay. So let me just check the back here. I think we're in good shape. Yep. Alright, we're in good shape. You can always, like, put trees or something back here, and yes, we have an excessive amount of cows chilling out over here. That must have gotten out from the farm. But, okay. Well, it looks cool, and I think that's probably the closest that we're going to be able to get to the Caledonia one, because, again, I feel like they're similar in some ways. So, yeah, I think we'll go with the fortress style. I think that'll be the easiest at this point. So, let's go ahead. We got this plopped down. Let me take a look here and see what we're going to need. Obviously, a brewing stand. I'm going to have to check to make sure we have some end rods. But, you know, dark oak stairs. We should have plenty of dark oak wood as well. But, okay, not too difficult to build. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut out right now, and I'm going to try to sleep off the rain. I'm also going to check to make sure we have the blaze rod before we head into our time lapse. Everything else they should be able to make on their own, and this shouldn't be too difficult of a build. So let's I'm going to cut out. We'll take a look at the time lapse, and then we'll take a look at the finished build. Okay, and we're back. So, not too difficult of a build, pretty quick. I do like the way that we don't have many buildings in the fortress style. I think we have maybe two now, two or three. I know our nether mine is in the fortress style, but I think it looks really cool. Even as basic as it is at level 1, like I think it just looks really cool, and I really like like the tree leaves like all around the outside there. So yeah, let's go take a look here and see on the inside. Oh, it's open on the back that way. So again, pretty basic on the inside. Kind of has like a longhouse feel to it. I don't, a kind of, Viking-esque. But yeah, so you can see we got the brewing stand there. But let's take a look at what we're going to need for the next level. And okay, not too, a mossy cobblestone extra. Interesting. So we'll have to get some more moss there. But awesome. Okay, so not too difficult of an upgrade there. And let's see, so we're going to need mana and dexterity for our alchemist. And let's see, just looking here. Actually, might just go with Amanda. Dexterity of 15, mana of 5. That's not bad. Yeah, let's go with Amanda. So we'll hire her over here. And let's take a look. So it looks like we'll have to teach some recipes here. Let's see if we can do it from the JEI. Let's do fire resistance. And you can, so that's even easier then, so we could just kind of go through and pick out some of the recipes that could be very, like, helpful there. So it's clear. Oh. Oh, it's kind of open in the back area. Interesting. Okay. Here, that's how they got in here. Okay. But yeah, so pretty basic there. Have to go through and add in a bunch. I could see these recipes are going to fill up very fast. I mean, you see, on the JEI here, there's 1.5 pages or 1.25 pages of recipes. So we'll have to see. We'll keep going through and I'll add them in there. But I think this is going to be a nice addition for any potion needs that we may have. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it here for today. Thank you so much for coming in and checking out the building of the Alchemist Tower. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did enjoy it, please consider dropping a like on the video. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. It's a great free way to support our community. And if you're not subscribed or following and you're interested in this type of content, please consider following or subscribing. It's free, doesn't cost anything. Again, another excellent way to support our channel and our community. And we do have a channel Discord that is open to everyone, where you can go on there and I post a schedule of our weekly live streams and episodes and what we look to accomplish and all that fun stuff, a Q&A section, all the mods that we're currently using in the world. So if you're interested and you have a Discord, feel free to hop on over there. But otherwise, we'll be back in the week with another episode again as we come down to the final couple buildings. I think we can probably fit it on one hand almost. For the amount that we have left. I think we have about 5 left. So we'll be pushing right through and getting the other 5 built. So until then, my name is Nerd Builder. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.